Well, a steady rain has been falling here, but it has not dampened the spirits of the hardy folks at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and to change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. The Browns looking for a 5th win of the season in this one. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard. They played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point attempt to come here. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances. go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay away.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Boston, the man in motion left. 2nd and 13. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Mason Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Really on a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Browns defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll look to throw here. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Browns drive about to get started.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Yeah, here we go.
Throwing, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Now the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 21-0 our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact long time there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going to look to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open day on the count.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dylan Sampson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, look at the juke.
And not much happening on the returns. He'll get this to about the 23.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
One thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Looking to put a drive together.
Yeah!
Sampson. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. The 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 9. 139 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it with Gibson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go, go, go.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonnu Smith, 46 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again, they've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46, 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Prescott down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Browns are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Steelers
7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here we go. Cowboy
2nd and 1. And these guys managed stride complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw here. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. A quick throw there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Again, he'll drop to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good game and a 1st down.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's good for us.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break! Right there, right. Let's go now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score from 35. Steelers 14.
Maybe he on that rap and pay the bills. Now I'm finished.
Chris
Not even
Boswell,
a
the
little
kickoff
bit.
for Pittsburgh.
Know yourself, know your worth. My actions been louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down the hurt. On tour, we can do it on the turf.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And they're on the 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Prescott from the gun. Now he's going to step up and run. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
The 40-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. To the air again, Prescott. And this one is incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try the left side. Sampson. There he goes, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Dylan Sampson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Point after try forthcoming. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Now back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Y'all can't talk about basic. He better know my range. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk about range.
Yeah! Wait.
On 1st down, Sampson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 215 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
1st down and goal to go.
Yeah! Here we go. 180.
Sampson Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Second and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
A give to Gibson running right.
Give them a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw again.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
There he goes, right side. And what a return as he brings us with all the way back to the 25-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, 26.
They'll run on 1st down. Sampson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
He was brought
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Here we go, 26.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, 26.
On 3rd down, Sampson. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19.